Yo guys, what's up? Today it's the 50th special, and you guys see who you will see on the screen. That's right. What if Deku had every single Mortal Kombat ninja's abilities? So how this is gonna work? Izuku is gonna be born. When Izuku is born, something weird happens to him. Something weird happens to him. They see him turn into a small green reptile, but then turn black. Then turn into a fire baby skeleton, and then ice forms around his hands. And then next thing you know, it just starts to rain outside, and then you just see, small pebbles start to form off the ground outside. And the next thing you know, everyone in the room, except for Inko and Hizashi, are lifted up. The doctors, all the medical equipment, everything. And then they just get slightly set it down gently. This is the first time his powers actually triggered. If you're wondering, this is going to be a quirk. But this is going to be a special quirk. It cannot even be taken. It's both a quirk, but not a quirk at the same time. So, we go to an Izuku's floor. They go to the quirk doctor to officially get his quirk evaluated. As he says, since this one I'm saying Mortal Kombat is an actual video game. As they say, Mist, have you ever heard of the game called Mortal Kombat? Yes? What about it? Seems like your son has the powers of every single ninja character in it. Ranging from reptile, who can transform his appearance from human to reptilian. Sub-Zero, who has cryokinesis. Ermac, who has telekinesis. Tremor, who has rock manipulation and lava rock and crystallization. Scorpion, who can manipulate flames from hell. And new Cyborg, who can manipulate shadows and create duplicates of himself. And not only that, he has the powers of rain, so he can cause thunderstorms, trap people in water bubbles, and roundhouse kick people all around the world. That's his iconic. I'm pretty sure that's his iconic ass move, and it's funny as hell. So I'm just gonna add it. She's like, wait, what? Yes, they all form into one quirk, which I like to call chameleon. Basically, he can also between the powers, and he would somewhat gain an appearance of the characters themselves. But I suggest you don't get him angry. Why? Why is that? Because if he gets too angry or enraged enough for his powers to get out of control, he can't kill everyone in his vicinity. And they're just shocked by it. Inko and Hizashi are just shocked by this. Because I'm say that the news got a hold of this. And I'm gonna say in this one, the ship is gonna be female Todoroki. It's also gonna be like a quirk marriage. And it's also gonna be a quirk marriage too. As I'll say that they were starting to struggle. One day, Endeavor comes to their house as he says, as Hizashi opens it, as he's like, Endeavor? What are you doing here? As he says, I'm here to make a proposal. As he's like, what is this proposal exactly? Staring at him. And it says, come with me to my house. Bring your wife and son along with you. As they say, okay. As he tells Inko and Izuku to get down, to come down here, they're gonna go somewhere. So when they get down there, they leave. They go to the Todoroki's residence. And he's like, I'd like to make a proposal with you guys. As they're like, yes, what is it? As he says, I'd like to propose a Quirk marriage. I've heard of you guys' struggles, and if we do this, I can help pay for you guys. I can buy you guys a new house and pay for your existential needs. As first, they call Izuku and Shoka in the room. As they say, kids, how do you feel about getting into a Quirk marriage? As Izuku in this one, he's a humble kid. He'll appreciate anything he gets. And he'll still be nice to people no matter what. He may be cold at times, and at other times he may be like hot-headed and can easily get angered. Basically like a Bakugo. Basically like a multi-personality. Somewhat. It's like split personalities. Which is the product from each of their personalities. But the main ones are Sub-Zero and Scorpions as well. The two main ninjas of the game. What are you going to fucking expect? As he says, as he's like, I don't care. That's not the Shoka. As he just says, oh, fine. As she says in her hand, either way, he's gonna force me to do it anyway. As for this one, I'm gonna say that Todoroki actually doesn't really like men that much. The only person she's willing to hang around is Izuku, since they've known each other for a long time. And there was Izuku. Can I get know more about your Quirk, kid? Like, yes. You ever heard the game called Mortal Kombat? Yes. My oldest sons have actually played it. So, you know the main ninja characters in it? Yes. I basically have all their powers. Like for the Scorpion, as he spawns a chain spear, as he throws out something, as he throws it out of a glass of water, as he yanks it towards him, as he says, "Get over here!" As he grabs it, as he takes a sip from it, that refreshing. And basically he shows off one move of each of theirs. Because I'm gonna say for the reins, he's like, "Hey, could you come here real quick, Endeavor?" I was like, "Yes." This is gonna make me laugh at it too. As Izuku says, as he says, as he just does a roundhouse and says the devil across the world, and just gotta say, "Oh!" As it just crashes back down, and everyone's just laughing their asses off. Especially Izuku. He's like, "Oh, I am dead." Somewhat dead actually too. Since I'm also part Hell Spectre technically due to Scorpion. Yes, Scorpion is a Hell Spectre. For those of you not play Mortal Kombat. Can't lie. Those of you who haven't played Mortal Kombat, heard of it? Have you been living under a fucking rock? Well, anyway, back to the story. They get fast forward 10 years later, as he says, as it's time, almost time for the UA entrance exam. As he says, as the teacher comes in and says, "Now, kids, it's time for you to think about your career. So I'm handing out these career aptitude tests." As he says, "Who am I kidding? Hang on, I gotta get a picture back. Fuck." Okay, that was my bad. So anyway, as I was saying, as the teacher throws him off in the air, says, "Who am I kidding? I know you all want to go to the hero track." And then when you use their quirks except for Todoroki, Bakugo, Izuku, Momo Yaoyorozu, and Tenya Ida. As the reason why Izuku do it, as is like, why you guys use your quirks? They're like, why did you use your quirk? Aren't you happy you're going to the hero course? It's like, my power can easily destroy the school. I could just burn it down to ashes if I wanted to right now. I just spawns up some hellfire. Everyone can just feel the intense heat coming off of it. As he says, this can burn to your soul easily. For sure, if it doesn't burn you, it hellfire attacks the soul. You guys don't know, that's how actual hellfire works. Or at least have I know of. As Rocket still says, "Hey, teach, don't lock me in with these bunch of losers. I'm the real deal, but these extras will be lucky to end up as sidekicks to some busty D-lister." As then we go to the, and then they says, three of you guys got into the recommendation. Three people got recommended to UA. Actually, four people got recommended. Someone was like, "What?" Yes, Izuku Midoriya, Shoka Todoroki, Tenya Ida, and Momo Yaoyorozu. As Maki was just pissed. It's like, that should have been me taking a recommendation. He is way more arrogant and cocky. Don't worry, Izuku put him in his place. All he mainly just does is smack him with a roundhouse kick, and he be like, "Stay in your place, bitch." They're like, since I would say that an additional ability, a tremor, just for fun, is that he can read minds. And actually, I'm gonna say that that's actually Noob Saibot. That's another ability for him. As when they go, he goes up to him and says, "You guys better not apply to UA, or else I'll kill you." And Izuku just says, "Good luck with that," as he just roundhouses him, send him around the world, as he flies up through the ceiling, as he flies back back into the classroom, crashing over the desk. As they just hear a random voice out, the voice come out and say, "Toss!" Ah, fuck, I can't do it. Toss! Ah, fuck. I just basically says, "Toasty!" I can't do it in I pitch no more. Fuck. I used to be able to do it more completely perfectly last year. But anyway, as Izuku just says, "Roadhouse." I just had to add that for Family Guy too. Roadhouse. Jesus, this is already 14 minutes. So when they get to we skip 10 months later. Actually, we go to the Sludgeville incident. As he's like, Izuku's taking a different route to get to his house, which is the original path. As Izuku can sense that the sludge villain is coming, as he just says, shadow clone creation. As he's like, no, as he just takes care of the sludge villain. As I'll say that it managed to temporarily disable its quirk somehow. And then it just says, as you just see the two shadows of Izuku just come out as it rips the slime monster in half. And says, Noob Cyber. It says, Izuku Midoriya wins. Fatality. I'm just gonna do that for fun every once in a while. And it's like, well, okay, it's dead. Anyone know what we do now? As he just teleports away to his house. As he teleports to Shoka's house. After he grabs some stuff. As well. When Izuku gets there, I would say that that earlier that day, he asked Shoka if he can sleep over tonight, as she said sure. As Izuku's been helping her get over her disliking men so much. Because she can actually feel that Izuku wants to help her. And that's why she actually uses her fire side, because Izuku gave her the speech way earlier than he gave to Ken Todoroki. So yeah, she uses her fire more now. She actually uses her fire. So after that, they go to the UA entrance exam. Well, Izuku takes the entrance. Shoka takes the recommendation. So since she's more nice, she's more willing to make friends. So in this one, Inessa won't be going to Shiketsu. And instead, we'll replace Mineta for 1A. Because we need a spot for him. And I'm replacing Toru too. I'm replacing her for Shinzo to come in. In this one, Shinzo was actually adopted by Aizawa. And Miss Joke. That's right. Aizawa likes Miss Joke in this one. So after they did the entrance exam, Izuku aces the written part, and now we get to the practical. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to say, after this, Izuku. Well, after this, I'm gonna try to get to the end of USJ, or probably to like the cavalry battle by the end of this. Or do you want me to just do this one part and then do an entire second part and when they're in their second year? And just comment that down below and let me know. So now we go to the practical. He's in the same exam area as Ida. He's in the exact same area as in Canon. Oh wait. What? I actually like this one better. As when he gets to the area, he just becomes. No, he just starts to stretch. As he just summons clones him like shadow copies of himself. As soon as he sees the gates open, he just rushes out of there. With everyone saying, "What is cheating?" As he screams out, "There is no countdown in a real battle." As he's like, "Oh," oh wait, that's right. as he just rushes out of there too. As Professor Mike said, what are you waiting for? Follow those two. Those two get it. As Izuku and Tanya just start to go crazy on the robots. And since this one, I'm saying that Izuku and Tanya are actually the best of friends. They even train together too, to help improve Ida's speed. So now he can use, and then Tanya actually came up with a new move too. Ultimate Recipro Burst, which increases speed up to at least Mach 1 for at least 10 seconds before his engines need a cooldown. And that's why Izuku was helping him. He says with Sub-Zero's power, he can freeze over Ida's ankles, over Ida's engine, so he can go faster. As they're actually a really good team. As they just split apart after taking out a few robots together, as they just start to attack, get points over all together. As Izuku gets, by the time the 0 point shows up, he has 300 points. And Tanya says he's way faster than in canon. He actually gets more points. I'm gonna say he has 100. I'm gonna say he has 150 points. As when they see the 0 pointer come up, Izuku says, Tanya, grab that girl. He says, what are you gonna do, Izuku? Watch this. He says, I'm gonna use those abilities. He's like, the Ermac? And he's like, yes. As he trained his Ermac abilities, he just only uses them when he sees it fit. As he says, as he goes up in the air, as he says, we are many, you are but one. We shall destroy you here and now. As what Ermac did to Jax, Izuku did to the 0 pointer. If you don't know what Izuku did, what Ermac did to Jax, he basically did what he did in the MK9 remake. In MK9. Which, basically, he telekinetically grabbed Jax's arms as he just absolutely crushes and eviscerates them crushes them into oblivion, so there's nothing left. As he does that, as he pushes it back, landing on 10 more 3-pointers. Getting a total of 330 points and 375 points. Giving Ida 175. So when they both get their acceptance letters, they both say that they passed the practical exam. We Ida getting a 90, Izuku getting a 99. Almost tying with Yaoyorozu. So, and on the practical exam, he got first. So basically saying he passed UA with almost flying colors. So, basically, after that, he gets into we go to the first day of UA, as the group meet up, as Momo, Ida, Todoroki, and Izuku meet up, as they all go to UA together. As basically, in this one, Momo and Ida are dating too. Since Ida actually had a crush on Yaoyorozu for a while. And then on the day before UA, the day before they got their acceptance letters, he gained the courage to ask Momo to be his girlfriend. And she said yes. But I like these pictures more anyway. So when they get to that, so after they do that, they go to the you as at the present time they go as they just got into class 1A. As they just got to the door of class 1A, since everyone else was already there. As they're like, as Izuku sits in his head, God damn, that's a big ass door. Probably bigger than Endeavor's head on a Friday night. As he says to Shoka, hey, this door bigger than Endeavor on a Friday night, am I right? As Shoka just starts to laugh her ass off. Like, that's so true. I'm saying Endeavor at 9 be look like a mad tall crackhead. Just because I want him to be. So basically, after that, they do the Quirk apprehension test with Izuku getting first, and then with Izuku getting first, Momo getting second, and Todoroki getting third. Baka getting fourth, and Ida getting fifth. Or Izuku need to actually time in the race. With Ida just being a millisecond faster than Izuku. At the time it says 2.5 seconds. That's where Izuku said 2.5001 seconds. It's like, damn it, I missed it by a millisecond. I says, good shit, Ida. Like, you too, Midoriya. He's like, you're actually catching up to me way more faster than I expected. So, when they get done, at a time, and then over these years, I'll say that Hizashi actually trained his fire-breathing quirk, and then he actually became a pro hero. As he became the dragon hero, as he became the fire hero, flame breath. Actually, the flame hero Ryu. As basically, he shot his way up all the way to number 3, right behind Endeavor. Which honestly shocked Endeavor. Like, only in 10 years, he already shot up to the number 3 spot. So you had to be shot down. Yeah, they live in a way bigger house now. And I'll say that he paid Endeavor back for how much he did. So when they get done, after they get done with that, and they go to the hero training. The teams of this one are Deku and Shoka versus Bakugo and Ida. Right? He says, as they're like, we have to figure out a plan. He's like, fuck that, I'm gonna fight Izuku. And I'll say that Izuku, with his powers, he can actually heal something. He can actually revive someone with when he combines his powers together. You'll see what I do after this. After they get it done, it's obvious who's gonna win. Yeah. So now we're gonna do the USJ arc. which goes out completely different. It says Ida is faster in this one. It takes him less time to get to the UA. And I would say that he can use Reciprocal Burst for 30 minutes before his legs start to get out. And I say that he trains at Reciprocal Burst so hard that he can actually turn it off now to save him more time. So when they get it done, so after they get it, after Tenya escapes, Kogiri manages to split up everyone. I'm still going. So after that, Izuku's like, I got an idea. I was like, what is it? I'm gonna freeze this water, and then once we get over, I'm gonna unfreeze it, and it start to evaporate it. I'm like, how you gonna do that? Like Quirk. Like we thought you only had fire and ice, like Todoroki. Like, oh no, like, no, Sue, I have way more than that. As he just like, as he just freezes as he jumps out of off the boat, the villain's like, this cat's death voice, which as he lands on the water with just one foot, as he freezes it. Then he grabs Suyu and Mineta, and he just teleports him to the one place. And he teleport him to the entrance of the USJ. So by the time they get to the by the time when Izuku reaches the bottom of the stairs, he actually sees Aizawa getting pummeled in by the Nomu. Which he spawned the Cryo Blade and one of his Scorpion katanas, and he rushes at the Nomu and it starts to slice at it. And the Nomu barely able to dodge. And Ida came back way faster. As I would say, he tried to help out Izuku. So he would have provided enough time for Izuku to get slashed off. He's like, shock of blueprint and regeneration, eh? So Shoku tried to jump in too. As they're like, and then when the Nomu sees her, when Shigaraki sees her, he's like, Nomu, kill her. As the Nomu rushes at Shoka and punches her, so flying out the wall of the U.S. Center to the smashing her straight into the staircase of the USJ. As Izuku goes over to her, obviously this shattered her ribs, and Nomu managed to get a punch off her face. As he goes to her, as he's shaking her rapidly, saying, Shoka, wake up! Stop playing with me! And he tries to heal her, which works a little. As when he's looking to the ground, you just see some start to spark off of him. As lightning starts to spark off of him. As you see lightning come from out the sky. And he's like, you bastards. You hurt my love. And as he screams this out, now it's time to pay! As lightning just starts to strike down aggressively. Striking the Nomu continuously until he's burnt to nothing. As he's like, run while you can, before I eviscerate you too. As no, as Quirk quickly teleports Izuku out to USJ. As Izuku goes around, as you see, somehow, all you just see is blackness. And then all you hear is screaming and slashes being heard all over the USJ. And then it fades to, and when the light shadows fade, the darkness fades, all everyone sees is dead villains. Dead and fatally injured villains. Who are on the verge of death, actually. As they are shocked by this. Hang on. Okay, so as I was saying, and everyone is just shocked. They're like, is this Izuku? And then you just see Izuku back where the Nomu was. With blue electricity off him. As it lets out a massive scream, his lightning turns to fades to red. And then something else happens. Fire starts to surround Izuku, turning him into a red fire and lightning dragon. I was just shocked by this. Izuku says with his remains, he says, "Go! Grab Aizawa! Get out of here!" It's like, we can't leave you. And they're like, get out of here while I stand for control! Hurry! As Suyu and Mineta pick up Aizawa, as they just start to grab everyone as they rush out to the USJ. And next thing you know, you just hear a massive explosion behind them. As they just see the top of the USJ get blown off. As then when the pro heroes get there, they rush in there as they see an unconscious Izuku standing in the middle. So then, fast forward a week later, it's the day before. No, fast forward 6 days later. It's the day before they go back to the UA. Before it's their 2-week time skip for the for their training arc. So by the time they get there, so Izuku wakes up with Shoko by his side, who's been fully healed back to full health. As she just cries, as he's like, why? Why'd you do that for me? He's like, simple. 'Cause I love you. As Shoko says, I love you too. She just stutters a bit and says, I love you too, Izuku. As they share a kiss. And then the next day, they go back to UA. Or they go back to UA. At this time, the dorm tours have already been made. As then, Izuku comes into the dorm saying, hey everyone. And they all just rush up to him and they're like, you okay? What happened? And he's like, oh, something must have happened. So after this, that is a 2-week time skip. Anyway, this is where I'm gonna leave it off, guys. Have a good see ya.